Oh, hi there. I'm going to start streaming tonight for the first time late. Oh, and I've got my Echo over there. Uh, the kid's laughing at me in the other room. It's good times. Let me just start getting set up. Make sure I have the chat up. There we go. Gonna play on Shogi Club 24. Maybe get some good games or switch back to Lee Shogi. It seems pretty dead at the moment. Right now it's 7:30 Pacific time, and I don't usually see too many people on. A daily rapid finished maybe an hour or so ago. I was hoping to get onto that, but I wasn't able to. So just going to go over to Shogi Club 24 and see what they've got. And just yesterday, managed to play 3 games there, dropped a bunch of points because I just lost to three very low level players. Wasn't really seeing the board very well. Wasn't thinking through my moves. But hopefully today I'll be a little better. Got to disconnect there. Let's log out. Get back in. And let's see. How's it looking? All right, that's looking pretty good. Let me switch over to the Shogi Club 24. And there we go. Just the camera up in the top right to not get in the way of the board. All right, we'll look for some rainy games. As you can see from the last game I played, the last time I was on Shogi Club 24, I was 13Q, kind of closing in on 12. Now I'm 14, and hopefully getting back to 13. So here we go. Yeah, it's quite a difference yesterday than the previous stream, which was New Year's Eve, where I finished off that stream with basically a perfect game. I was amazed. Probably the best game I ever played, considering of a game that has more than a handful of moves. Yeah, this was the Satomi celebration stream, and basically pulled off the same thing that she did versus Fuji with the basically I think she had one inaccuracy, at least in that game, but about the same centipon loss. So pleased. I mean, I'm playing a slightly different competitor than she did, but reviewing that game was fun. I was surprised. There were a lot of moves in that match that I was uncertain about, and it was good to see, after the fact, that maybe some of this stuff is sinking in. Yeah, so here we go. We're still waiting. Can't take any of these people. I usually here on Shogi Club wait for someone to invite me. I don't seem to have the greatest luck with people accepting mine. Maybe because I don't have too many games played. I only have, as you can see, fewer than 150. And this is new. I don't usually play at nights, so this will be something new to have so many players. Like this 892 in total, and this many 16 looking for games in this 11Q and below bracket. That's more than I ever see in the mornings, which is late night Japan time. So this should be fun. Let's see. Let's just start challenging. Opponent is not found. Challenge. All right, got the game. I'm Sente. Go Central Rook. Checking the chat, checking the stream. Looking good. Okay. Don't know what that is. All right. I usually like to ignore this a bit early on. I am going to ignore. I'm going to castle. And he's just pushing. So let's see. Get my... Probably go here, here. And depending on what he does, either here or there, if he starts moving in. Yeah, we'll see. Let's do that. He's not even pushing 7-4, just going around it. Is there some way to exploit that? That I don't know if this is necessarily wrong. It certainly looks. It's not something I see every day, and it looks a little awkward there to be blocking the rook, but maybe that's fine. Let's get this up. So you're going to try to come sneak down here. I don't know what to do if he is, so I'm just going to... Okay. So let's see. I'm thinking of here. I'm thinking of here. If I go here, he starts pushing here. He'll come out. I'll take it. So if he, let's say I come up, he moves up. I start my castle. He comes up there. I push. He takes. And I've got this, which I don't like. All right. Well, let me go here. It gives me an opportunity to push up, or maybe not, because he's blocking that off. He's playing fast. Push. All right. Well, if he wants to do it, that's fine. Let's castle. Yeah. You might notice that in a different location here than last time. Last couple times I've been experimenting with different parts of the house to use here to stream in. Oh, hey, Magic Based, how are you? Good to see you again. All right, so he's castling on the side of his rook. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means he's going to... Is he going to push his knight, take that, and then somehow get back over here? But right now, the threat is... Boy, he is... Take... He can't take. But he can drop the pawn. This silver here blocking the rook also seems awfully awkward. I want to finish my castle, but I also, at the same time, want to get this over here to line that up. Working on your shogi game while watching this shogi stream, that's not a bad plan. Not a bad plan at all. How are you working on it? You doing tsume or you're reading some strategy, possibly reviewing some games? I did a bunch of tsume across Shogi Playground and like a Lee Shogi study today. Oh, working on your shogi game. I get it. Yes. Okay. Nice. Very nice. What language are you writing that in? GD script. I'm not familiar with that. I've heard of Godot. I didn't realize that it had its own language. Now this gold here is stopping me from pushing. How can I get that out of there? Or what can I do? If I push, takes, I can't do anything there. So instead, I'm going to switch over. I don't know if that's so safe with the bishop looking here. Okay. Okay, so I just gave that up. I did just give that up. I gave that pawn up. But what can I do? What can I do? So he takes. I take. No. Okay, so I haven't given that pawn up. But if he does... He's going to try to draw this out here with take. I'm not worried about that, I don't think. You know, the thing about these Shogi Club 24 games is that it seems like, you rarely, even when someone does something somewhat awkward in the beginning, like in this, at least in my mind, is somewhat awkward, you get, it always feels like a somewhat steady opening where you don't just get, unless it's me doing the mistakes, you don't just get a quick win, even against the lowest, the very lowest of the low players. Okay, so this is now going to be threatening. This is going to be threatening the pawn push. It's going to be threatening the knight. Oh, that's not really what I wanted to do. I didn't think that through. Yeah. So let's see. If I take, then what do I get? If I take, then what can I do? Yeah, I just gave that up. I didn't think beyond one move. Let's see. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. This is definitely going to be a problem. Let's take it. am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? He's got this. I didn't read that one through well enough, but so let's see. I take, take, take. Then do I drop back? Do I wait? Take, take, take. Then he takes there. And then I push. Yeah, let's see. Want this pawn. He gets the lance, though. If I take this pawn, he gets the lance. So what now? If I take this back, what can he do? What can he do? He can drop. That means the silver becomes unprotected. He could drop the silver, and I drop back. He drops the silver. I still drop back. Okay. So he's got these here. He's got these here. These. Boy, let's see. What can I? Where can I go? Push, push. That's not. Let's just get this knight out here. Get some pressure into the center. So he's looking to take. So take. I can't take. So if I take, I take. Takes with something. Does he drop the pawn? No, because I'll just drop back. Though he can drop the silver. Take. What else can I do? I only have a gold, or I think I have to take. Let's see. How can I? So if I have this gold out of the way, then I can drop the knight, or the knight. What do I want to do here? I don't think he's threatening anything yet. He has nowhere to drop. Let's get this guy. Oops. Let's get this guy up here. I'm not seeing anything right now. Oh, I guess if he sacks, that's a good one. Oh, okay. So he saw the fork. I wonder if I need to. Hey, Shogi explained. Yeah, definitely a long time no see. It's been a while. Boy, maybe over a year. It's been a long time. Thanks for coming by the way. This feels like a loss here. This
これよ
feels
り
like
一手
a
60秒の秒読みに入ります。
this feels like a concession, a major concession, but I don't like seeing here. He takes, I take, he drops the silver, or he just promotes. I'm not liking that. And now that this possibility is sort of dashed.
30秒
This fork possibility is dashed.
40秒
I don't have enough pieces. Let's just, yeah. How do I continually get myself into these positions? Well, this is interesting. I wonder why my reverse button didn't... I have some JavaScript over here to replace this busted up character with arrows. Have you been keeping up with your shogi? Yeah, I've been playing mostly over the board. Play over the week, play over the board every Sunday, a lot of Tuesdays. Still keeping up with Sume and a little bit online. I just don't love it as much online. So it's
30
a little
秒
rough there. Gosh, this...
40秒
Interesting. Okay. Do I have this?
?30 秒
I don't think so. Maybe. maybe.
40秒、
Not reading well enough. Definitely not reading well enough.
50秒、1、2、3、4。
Okay. That is that what I want? If I take
30秒、
yeah, I can't live back here like this.
40秒、
Let's do it. Let's do it. His castle is... He has no castle. What? Well, that's unfortunate. That was a good game. Why did he resign? Do we have a local club? Yeah, we out here in Northern California, we're really fortunate. There is an official, I guess, JSA branch, I think they call it, that's the Silicon Valley Shogi Club, which plays in Cupertino, which is within 5-10 minutes of me. It's the neighboring city to where I live, and we get Tuesday nights at a Panera. I'd say a minimum of 5 people every night. You know, we've had upwards of 10 plus, which is like kind of mind blowing. It's really nice. It's built up really nice. There's a mix of beginners to hey Turtwig, the mix of beginners and some couple very good, very good players. And then on Sunday, there is in Northern California, there's where I live, and then there's, which is the South Bay. There's the East Bay, which I play with Turtwig, and we've had some other people show up, and we had another member earlier on in the year. I mentioned that in like the first or second stream, a young Japanese child who was very strong, and yeah, so we played. So there's that, and then where's the other? San Francisco then also has a shogi club, which meets in downtown in San Francisco, Japantown, once every month on a Sunday. So yeah, California is crazy active. Los Angeles, I think, is even, from what I gather, Los Angeles is even more active. So it's really fortunate. I'm going to copy this Kifu here. And import this into, let's just get in Lee Shogi. And the giant tournament happening in March. Yeah, I am not going to that tournament. There's, there's, it's a lot of money for. It's a lot of money for the tournament. It's a lot of money for the sort of extracurricular stuff at the tournament, and travel and room and board is also not the cheapest. So I'm not going to. It's I think what I'm looking for. Yeah, I saw she's going to be there, though. I'm Team Satomi, so I'm not feeling good about Nishiyama lately after the tournament or the title match from a month or so ago. But yeah, that's very interesting. But it seems, the tournament. I think for me to go to a tournament, there's a social aspect to it, but there's also a sort of competitive aspect to it where what I would like would be, like serious, like a serious ratings, kind of, nicely calculated ratings, and maybe just the shogi tournaments in the U.S. can't ever really do that, just because there aren't enough people yet. But the tournament as it stands seems like very much like a fun sort of cultural activity for a bunch of expats. It seems like to me. So like that's great, but for me, I just want, like, I want what chess people have. I want to go to a tournament and just be all about the chess, or all about the shogi. I don't really. It's cool to have pros there, but the pros, that doesn't really appeal all that much to me. I think what I'm looking for is playing matches and matches and matches, and seeing people that I've talked to on streams, or seeing people, that have been on discords and things like that. Yeah, yeah, that would be really nice if it does get this big online following. Like that would be nice. I don't know if that tournament is organized well enough to do that, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. It seems it seems very much like a grassroots kind of small thing, with some gathering at a house of somebody, and yeah, the cost. Yeah, I imagine all that cost is going to paying the pros to fly over, which is, again, not really what I'm interested in. I understand that some people would be way into that, and some people not would be. I know some people are way into that, and that's 100% understandable. It's just not really my thing. I just, for whatever reason, maybe I'm not strong enough yet, but I don't get as much out of those kinds of reviews, or handicap matches or stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna kick this off and let this run. In the meantime, I want to see where this is. So, okay. So yeah, he had a big advantage. Then what was the silver take, or the bishop take was the bad mistake? Oh no, the drop, just dropping with the pawn. Yeah, that did feel a little slow. Gave me some chance, but then I didn't take advantage of it. I guess this was not the right move. Let's see now. That is at the end. Let's go down here, get the engine on. Yeah, that's not that big. At least according to this local engine, that's not that big. You might enjoy showing to the European. Yeah, funny you mentioned that. I was looking at. I don't know what instigated it. It's so weird that you're saying that. I don't know what instigated it, but today I was looking at photos that were posted. I haven't seen these photos yet, and just today is the day that I happened to notice them. I guess they were posted on the. Forgive me if I'm using the wrong acronym. ESOC, the European Shogi something champion. I think it's ESOC. But anyway, they posted from August of a bunch of photos of the tournament in July of 2023. That looked awesome. That looked so fun. Like that's the stuff I like. I've enviously looked at the European shogi ratings lists and saw, like, oh wow, they have their act together. They've got some good organizers. They've got some good tournaments. They've got a lot of interest. It sounds like from all over. The continent. I don't know if you'd say continent. All over all over Europe. And yeah, that seems like it would be a really nice thing to travel to. By the same token, I'm also thinking, like, if I'm going to spend money, for like, say, this Los Angeles trip, or for your Europe trip, then maybe I should just go to Japan and sit around at the JSA or Kobe Cafe and just play shogi all day there. Yeah, it's tough, good problems to have, and but yeah, I would like. I hope in the U.S. we get there where we get some, a little more organization. Maybe a little more focus on people who maybe haven't played the game or whatever. Like I think there's a bar. Like there's a bar. Obviously, there's a bar to getting people into shogi with the pieces, even with like European pieces or international style pieces, like the shogi.cz, which I love. But like that tournament in Los Angeles that's the U.S. Championship or whatever it's called. It's there's nothing online. Like there's really not anything online. I've sent emails that were not returned. From I sent emails to the organizer asking about details. This is for 2022's tournament that were just never responded to. They have a PDF, but like the first half of it, like it's a focus on Japanese rather than English, which is again totally fine if that's the thing that you're going for. But like it's a U.S. tournament, it's supposed to be the U.S. Championship. Like put it in the U.S.'s language. So yeah. Anyway, I could go on for hours about that particular tournament. But like, it is what it is. Maybe someday I'll go. It's just not exactly what I'm looking for, especially on that price level. And asking for $150 from children too is like that's weird. European Championships, just looked up 23. It took place in France. Yeah. If you look at those photos, they're nice. They're playing, they're playing on a nice mix of boards, which I'm a sort of a equipment junkie too. I love good equipment and playing on nice equipment, but I also love playing on nice plastic pieces. So it's this nice mix. They have some nice wood boards. They have some nice, plastic sets, with what look to be like chunky, thick pieces. And it gets me going thinking about it. Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. Europe seems like they're doing a nice job of getting interest and building interest. Like I think I read somewhere, and someone could correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if I've I don't remember all that much, but it seems like they're growing. They've grown year over year. Obviously, there was there's going to be that lapse for the lockdown and pandemic and whatnot. But like it sounds like it might not be growing exponentially like chess did in the pandemic, but it's definitely, from what I can gather, growing nicely every year, which is maybe all you really need. And it's something that I think about, here in the U.S., like, what would it take? I've never organized a tournament, or I've never organized stuff like that, ever. But like, maybe I think like, well, what would it take to do that? And so it's always something to think about. All right, you say it basically means that anyone who wants to go to needs to have like a really nice guy. They need or they need to put themselves in financial hardship. Yep. Yeah, and that's yeah. So you're going to go in a big hotel room to try to accommodate as many people. Exactly. Like it seems like I hear some of the SF people, they go in a group, and it sounded like they shared a hotel. That's tough. That's tough. I know people do that stuff in chess too, like for chess when they're traveling to chess tournaments too. But like, if you're, from what I gather, if you're going to spend like 150 or $100 at a tournament, like it's going to be a really well run tournament with a lot of people, and that's just maybe that's just it's such a chess has grown so much in the U.S. that's natural, and so you can't really be expected to do that. But anyway. And of Magic, you say maybe your game will have at least a Steam page. Yeah, that would be cool. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to like events like I've been to Smash Brothers tournaments, or like I've seen at like chess events where there's like the back little vendor tables, and someone's there with a laptop or whatever showing off their game. I can't remember what there was like some card battle. This is like at the there's a big Smash tournament in the Bay Area in January. It's called Genesis. That's been going for years. I went to one like, gosh, I'm saying 5 years ago. For all I know, it might have been like 8 or 9 years ago. It's like everything is all a blur with lockdown and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there was a table where I remember playing some sort of card battler type game, and it was cool. And they hadn't released it yet, but people doing that. Yeah. So this was what looking back at this thing. So this was what was he take, and then yes. So this is what I was going to do, and then he moves, and then drop. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I was seeing, and it looks like that's still not winning, but it's not losing. It's not losing. Yeah. There's some cool card battles. I don't remember seeing this one ever actually get released. I can't remember the name. It was a long time ago, but I did try to keep up with it for like a year or so after that particular Genesis. And yeah, like I love those kind of games. All right, I want to see if the rook drop was reasonable here. Okay. Oh, he wanted the well, interesting. Yeah, I don't, what's the plan with that rook drop there? Once the or not rook drop. What's the plan with that knight drop? Once he moves the gold or does almost anything, what's the plan there? Just to like leave it for some potential? So let's see what. Oh, and yeah, so this is what it would have suggested: 3-3. Oh, and it's 3-3, and then what? And then start pushing the edge. Oh, okay, yeah. Huh. Interesting. But either way, this is still not considering it lost. I'm glad to see that. When I did drop the knight, let's see. That's a big mistake. I mean, that's a pretty big mistake. Coming from 3.9 to 9.4. What was so it just wanted that. Okay. Wow. So it wanted to attack the right or get some activity on the right. Maybe force that gold out of its nicer position and then start attacking the edge. Yeah, I guess because I've still got this diagonal. Wow. Gosh, Shogi is complex. All right. Well, that was good. I'm going to let this continue to reload here, or to I don't know what I'm saying. Analyze and go back and see if I can get another game here. That was a 15Q on Shogi Club 24. Really giving me a hard time and resigning in a better position, which is weird. I do want to get the JavaScript for this here, just because I have something that is rewriting my JavaScript to fix these things as they come. Let me just inspect this. Matte button wrapper. Weird. Okay. I'll have to figure out why that didn't get captured. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go back here. Open up another rating game. Oh, this is so nice. This is so nice. I'm still spoiled here, seeing all these players at night. Since, like I said, I'm playing usually in the morning when it's late night in Japan, and so it's I'm used to seeing a few. All right, this is ominous. Let's play. Oh, this people on Shogi, the low level people on Shogi Club 24 seem to love this. This this, and I'm just going to go with what I reviewed this, um, and I'm going to just go with my plan here. The yeah, I've got this line. This is, I believe this is just fine for me. Um, Now the question, I think, I think I think the engine wants this. Um, well, I can review that later, and in the meantime, let's do it. Actually, I think the engine also wants this. The Deceiver. Is that the name of this line? Or is this the name of the opening? The Deceiver? All right, let's... Where am I going with this? Oh, this is fun. This is fun. All right. I don't know. I don't want to bring the rook over and then push the silver. I don't think that's right. I'm going to castle. I guess he's giving himself some room, but I don't know if that's... All right, I think I know what I'm going for now. I think... Okay, so let's see. What am I giving up if I move the rook? If I move the rook, bishop can take. I mean, I take that and it's yeah, that's not reasonable. But he can push, take. He can take, but then he gets the drop. I think I want this. I think I want this. Mm. He's going to drop the pawn here or back here. So what? Okay. alarm bells are going off in my head here. I feel like the tactics antenna is up right now. I'm not seeing it though. Let's see. Get a pawn drop. There's this. I think he just moves. Pawn. I don't have enough pawns to draw it out. Pawn. I think I do sort of like that. Pawn here. Let's do it. What's he going for there? What is the meaning of this move? I'm sort of tempted to try to put now. He's got plenty of room to get out of the way. Is he going to come back here? All right, well, maybe what I'm going to try to do is move this up. Or should I just play it a little slower? Finish my castle there. Now, let's go. The king, I don't think, is in that great a shape. All right. Let's see. Push, take, drop, take. He gives up that, but I'll take that, I think. I also can move this. I also have this coming. Boy, there's a lot of potential. Feels like there's a lot of potential coming here. There's also a lot of potential maybe coming this way. Boy. Yeah. Well, so if I'm thinking about this right now. Thinking about the pawn 5-6 push. Get a trade. Drop the bishop here. Set up the sacrifice. But that requires, what can he do in the meantime? Do I want to give up this pawn? What if I push, he takes, well then I take, push, All right, well, I like it. It feels dangerous, especially since I'm not reading everything through, but attack, I guess attack. Okay. Well, that's not quite what I expected, but it's the same result. I do give him this promotion. Oh, okay. Wow. Do I do I want to give the rook here? I don't think so. Rook, take. No, that's not worth it. Um, huh. Let's see. Boy. Let's see. Come here. Am I giving open any forks? No. I'm losing this area. Let's solidify this. Just although I don't think that really solidifies much. At least I get a tempo on him if he does drop. And he comes up here. No. All right, let's push him. All right. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that was silly not to see that. I'm thinking, well, we've got this drop. Drop, take, promote. Take with the silver. Then he drops a pawn. Then I sort of lose that. I just lose that power of the drop there. Um, hmm. Killer Ducky, wow. After they do pawn 7-4, I was thinking pawn 6-4 to block the king's diagonal. Yeah, yeah. I I actually was thinking that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for giving me some justification or some. At least makes me feel good. Block that diagonal. Yeah. So I was thinking, push that up, then eventually move the gold here, but then I've got the silver here. Yeah, but maybe that is. So, if I guess he takes, or if I push, he takes, then I take with the silver, then a pawn drop again, kind of, yeah, maybe that's still fine. Okay, so he's blocked that off. Um, I don't want to drop just to take this, but it does sort of, it limits, at least for now, it limits the move. This would limit the mobility of that silver for at least a move. Um, what if? What if I put the? What if I dropped the rook here and started piling pressure onto this file? Take, 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 take. What would the where's a bishop? Is there a bishop drop? A dangerous bishop drop here? Is there any, if I drop here? Now and also what can I do with this knight? All right, well, I'm going to push that knight. Or should I drop the pawn first? No, 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 no. Let's push the knight. Okay. That's smart. Yeah, I was hoping I could take this, draw him out, drop the rook, then do my business. But this is now a little awkward. Though, what about this? What about a rook drop here? Rook drop. No, 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 no. Because then I'm basically just giving it to him. I don't want to give up that pawn by dropping it on 3-7.
これより一手、60秒の秒読みに入ります。
Take, take. Maybe I do. Is it maybe even worth giving up this silver to get it out of there? Oh boy, tough call.
30秒。
Or what's
40
this?
秒。
Drops. If he moves back with the gold, it's fine.
50秒。1、2、3。
Sort of a rush there. I sort of don't know what to do. Oh, well, now it's a little more clear, I think. I'm not going to rush it. 48 seconds left. And yeah. Anything better? Anything
30秒。
better? Can't drop here yet.
40秒。
Oh. Wow, that I didn't see. Oof. That's a sneaky little nook there. So he's pinning the silver. This silver's going to be coming up.
30秒。
Boy.
40秒。
Boy.
50秒。1、2、3。
All right. Look at that. Jeez. Wow. What is he seeing? Take. And there's no threat here. He does have the silver, but that's not getting a little sketchy because there's this, but
30秒。
take. But that's going to be that's going to be
40秒。
that's going to be rough. I don't think that's going to save it.
50秒。1、
I
2、
think that position is still a little too strong. Now, do I have any drops just to put sort of an immediate stop on things? So if I take, let's say promote, take,
30秒。
take, drop.
40秒。
Gosh, do I want to do that? Or just
50秒。
play it?
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I got afraid. Darn it. Darn. Did I screw that up? I think there's still
30秒。
take. He takes. I take. Let's do this. All right. Well, I'm going to think. I think that's mate, but I shouldn't have just blitzed him out. Okay. Thank you. That was a fun game, boy. Whew. gosh, I come out of these. I swear, I come out of these Shogi Club 24 matches like sweating. Like I said, I played 3 yesterday and lost all 3 to 14 and 15 Qs. And boy, I come out of it like I've been through the ringer. Okay. Yeah, do that token promotion earlier. Yeah, yeah. I didn't see I didn't see the what is that called? Is that called the ladder? The repeated drops. It's attacking gold next to their king. Yeah, yeah. I think it's yeah, absolutely Byoyomi panic. Even with 60 seconds, I still will panic. Where I'm thinking through the moves, and I see it like I saw the token promotion, but it's like, but that's a rook. I can't just give up the rook. I can't just give up the rook. But yeah, it was going to take over. But that was fun. That was fun. I'm still disappointed with this. Like I said, I have that. I'll just show what I'm talking about here after I copy this in. Let's import this into Lee Shogi, and I'll probably review these maybe tomorrow morning or something like that. But I like I said in a previous stream, after Shogi Club or any of the other non-Lee Shogi sites, I take them, put them into a study, and I've got A, B, C, just because I think there's the 64 chapter limit in these studies. Let's go up here, P0, and yeah, that was boy, that was rough, boy. But yeah, that was no. This is the previous match. This is okay. So what was this? Let's see. This is move 60. That must have been a really bad blunder. I wonder if it was that silver. Oh, where are we here? Flip that. Okay, it was that. It was 2-6. What was okay? Let's see. What is it? What is it wanting me to do? Oh, this is interesting. I barely considered this. I barely considered this one. What's the practical difference? Okay, well they're relatively close. Interesting though. I guess it's getting that token closer to the king. The reason I was preferring this was so that if I take and the king takes, I get the rook drop, as happened in the game. I guess okay. So if it moves, I come over, but I still have this. I haven't given up. I guess they're close. I guess they're close. Well, it's widening as more nodes are in there. Yeah. 2738 opens up the rook. Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I was a little narrow. I had tunnel vision on getting that rook drop. The getting the rook drop followed by the gold on the head. But yeah, the running earlier would have been easier to combat with that rook already up there and promoted. Very interesting. So it came back down almost to even, basically to even after this. What was his? Oh, Lee Shogi already reviewed it. Or oh no, it's still going. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it is a magic place. It is a magic place. We had someone from Portland come out to visit, and what day was it? I think that was the 4th of July. Came out to Cupertino, to Panera. He's a I want to say 4 Dan on 81 Dojo. Um, I oh my goodness. I'd have to look through my notes. I'd have to look through because I'm so bad with names. I I I have a on my phone. I've got just a memo where I just write everyone's name in the club, and just to, because if I see this list, it'll refresh my memory. But without seeing that, I can't. I'll remember. I'll figure it out and mention it in one of the discords. But yeah, really cool to have him there, because yeah, he's just really strong, and not only strong, but what's the word? I don't want to say like gentle, but like patient, and didn't just run me over the board. Ethan, yes, exactly. Yeah, it was really fun to play. It was clear that I was losing, and it was clear that I was probably going to lose, but he made it feel like a good game, and I appreciated that. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, so we are very fortunate out here to have so much available, and even outside of those three that I mentioned, we were meeting some of the same basic people from the Tuesday night. We're meeting at Stanford on the weekend, so it's like there's a lot going on for shogi people, even if it's mostly the same faces. But I think that's how it is anywhere in any type of club. Yeah. Oh, 5 years ago. Wow. Okay. You are in the Northwest though, right? The Yeah, West Coast is a great place for shogi. Yeah, and I'd say for Go as well. SF has a really cool Go dojo or Go club. Oh, Seattle. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. For some reason in my mind, Shogi Explained is in the Northwest, and so I must have heard it at some point. That's cool. That's cool. So do you someone recently in our Silicon Valley Discord had recommended that one of our members visit Seattle, and I think they played. I don't know if there was two people or multiple, but like, was that, gosh, I don't remember the names again of the people from Seattle, but like, how many people do you all get? And Ashen, Silver, you're not. I think I've actually asked you this maybe in the Discord or like through chat on one of the shogi sites. You're not you were not a Go player like 10, 15 years ago, were you? Your name sounds so familiar to me, but I wonder if it's just like a sort of I wonder if it was a variation on that, where I remember playing someone, or playing and chatting with someone on Go, and he was also, he had bought like a new board or something like that. It's a new Goban, and he was playing with it at a club. Okay, you were not. Okay. Okay. Between 6 and 15. Yikes. Yikes. Oh, so I mean, that's a good club. I mean, that's okay. So it's not like you're starving for it. Like, it's we have nice variation out here, but that's a good size. That's about like I said, that's about what the Cupertino one gets. Maybe we're trending a little higher, but it's about that. Strongest or show is Fortnite. Well, only Fortnite. Yeah, we right now in Cupertino, our strongest Our strongest player is a 5 dan 81 dojo player and Shogi Wars, I think, a teenager, and really fun to play. I think I mentioned it in a previous stream where I was crushed so badly in this one match that I just had no idea. Like I learned nothing from it. It was amazing. It was just this. He moved his pieces up, and I say this every time, but like he moved these pieces up like it was like this blob that just rolled up the board at me, and I felt like I was playing. I felt like I was playing at like a super tight like like Western chess game where I just had no moves. I had like no moves. I've never felt like that in shogi before. Viradin, apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. Hey, nice. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. We have an 11-year-old kid who's around 1 or 2 dan. Spent a week studying countermeasure against his opening to destroy him. Yep. Yeah, we had in East Bay. We had early on. There was an 8-year-old who was with his family from Japan, and for I don't know how long they were there in general. I say, but for argument's sake, just a year, and going out. So I'd go out to the East Bay to play him and Turtwig, and we had amazing matches where we just rotate among each other. And this kid would kill me, and at that point I was thinking, and I went into this. I think I mentioned this on New Year's Eve that I had thought like I'm going to switch to static rook because it's going to be like taking the ankle weights off after playing all this central rook. I'm going to play static rook and I'm just going to destroy people. Like, oh, I'm going to be playing all this, and I'll have the computer won't be taking away 200 rating or 200 evaluation points from me at the beginning just by moving 5-7 or whatever, or 5-6, and it didn't work out that way. It was rough, and he just knew it better, faster, able to calculate more. And I said, oh, well, let me switch back to Central Rook, and I enjoyed that. And I got a cheap, this first time I ever beat him was like a really cheapo where he was just crushing me, but like there was this one spot, and I was able to drop a gold to get a cheap checkmate, and then won like I think in total 4 against him. I keep stats just because I win so rarely that I like to just measure it, but. Yeah, it's really fun times, and yeah, we do play against clocks. Like Turvik said, 1040, a variety of things, and I love playing with clocks. I really like playing with clocks. At the Cupertino Club, we have occasionally used it, but we really don't. I think most people don't like it there. Maybe it's just a factor of just kind of gradually getting used to it or gradually moving it in. My problem with clocks is that I'm too slow. My problem without clocks is that I'm sort of too fast, I think, because like it's in that no man lands or no, whatever, that weird, like nebulous situation where like I'm thinking, oh, am I using too much time? Am I not using enough time? It's like when I don't have a clock, it's like I don't want to just waste the other person's time. So I might make a move a little too fast. But then again, if you actually watched me, maybe I'm actually taking a lot of time. I don't know. It just feels a little more uncomfortable to play without clocks. At your club, you have clocks available. People don't usually want to play timed unless they're training for a tournament. Yeah. I understand it. I definitely understand it. I prefer the clocks, if only also because, like I mentioned earlier, I kind of like this. I love equipment. So like having some of these clocks and just using the clocks is fun. Shogi Pan, hey, good to see you. You say, I don't care if clock or not. I'll use 5 minutes a move, but yeah, it's more uncomfortable for sure. Yep, yeah. And maybe I just need to overcome that and just enjoy the ambiance of the game. And I was actually thinking about that today because there's a book. What I've seen some people call the best chess book ever written. It's The Master of Go by Kawabata. So the joke is that it's the best chess book ever, but it's not about chess. It's about Go. But I was planning on rereading that again because I just finished one of his other books last night, Snow Country, and I thought I was thinking about the way those old matches were, where. And it's been so long since I read that book that I don't remember the exact details, but I think those old tournament matches were like you had days of time. And I just don't know. I don't know how I would deal with that. Like, obviously, they're experienced and have, decades of experience playing, but like, I don't know how I would deal with it. You say, Shogi, explain. You say we regularly get a lot of newer players, so I don't like. Yes, exactly. Same thing. Same thing with us. So we get a great number. Our meetup. I'm not all that experienced with some of these like the social organizational things, but like this meetup gets a ton of people. We've had visiting people from Japan come to our meetup. We've had like visiting like entrepreneurial students come in and play, and we have people coming in because of March Comes In Like a Lion. We've got all kinds of people coming into the club, and it's so awesome. And yeah, like you don't want to just be like, okay, here's the clock. Here's the, it's a hard enough hurdle already as it is to get over the pieces, especially for a beginner. To get over the pieces, to get over how the pieces move and how they drop, and it's not. I don't think of it as a very complex game or complicated game, but like there are rules and there are things you need to know, and like the 3 lanes of promotion. It's like these things that I just take for granted that are not just obvious when looking at a board. It's like the clock would just be one more hurdle, I think, for them to see. So I understand that. And we have Shogi.cz pieces, or I bring like a couple sets of Shogi.cz pieces so that we could play if beginners come. Yeah. Someone traveled to Virginia. Whoa. That had to be a good like a strong player, right? Or would a beginner make that trip? That's amazing. That's incredible. That's like here I am thinking about going to Japan to play at some of these clubs, but like, man, you've done similar things like where, like across country. 7 sets. Okay, so you beat me. Here I thought I was like, the cool guy with 2 or 3 sets of Shogi.cz, and you've got 7. They're a perfect set for clubs, I think. Like the default, like the default club pieces are those kind of the inexpensive wooden pieces, which I don't like so much. I kind of like. I like equipment, so I like nice wood pieces or nice plastic. Like I'd prefer nice plastic over lesser wood, but teaching 20 kids, that's awesome. So did the kids like it? I'm I'd be fascinated to know what, like, how kids in the U.S. would respond to this. That's so they loved it, like they understood it, or they liked playing. That's like, how do we get that? Like, it's like, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like, how do you, in an environment where chess is such a big deal now and growing, it's chess is doing so well. Like, how do you convince kids, other than just playing and showing them excitement and showing people motivation, getting people motivated, like and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start streaming a little bit. Like, I'm not very good. I'm hoping to improve, but like, I would like to just see more content out there so that other people can say, oh yeah, people are playing shogi, people love shogi, they want to play. Interesting. Are you a high school teacher, or are you a teacher? Yeah, the Shogi.cz. The Turtwig makes his own pieces, and they're like Shogi.cz, but like super nice. Like, the ones that you get from Shogi.cc, they're nice, but they're the I think they're called impact printing, which is nice. It gets it, but like, there's little jaggies in parts of some of the pieces, and the wood itself, it's nice, but it's not like an intermediate set buying from Ioma Goban 10 or one of the Japanese sites. But the ones he makes are nice, and they're I guess I'd let him speak to it. It's like 3D printed, but painted in and sanded, and it's another level. You're honestly kind of uncomfortable dealing with kids that young. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I taught, and this is I don't want to totally date myself, but like, when I was in my late high school and college years, I was teaching tennis lessons to kids, and they're intimidating, and I think kids even now are more intimidating than they were then, which is decades ago. Yeah. This year we might get an entire room in an anime convention dedicated to shogi. How do you get that started? You talk to an organizer of a convention, and then say, like, do you have a room, or do you have to pay for it? Like, do you have to pay in advance? Like, that's what I'm always wondering about. Knowing someone on the convention board helps. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, the outlay of the money to reserve a place, especially on the West Coast, I think is something. And I'm guessing that's partly, I'm guessing that's some reason why that Los Angeles tournament is so expensive. But that, and the fact that they were sending over pros. But this. So what would your hopes be? So you get this room, you get an entire room, anime convention, which seems like kind of, the Venn diagram of shogi players and anime people. Like, I'm guessing there's some strong overlap there. How many people would you hope to get in a weekend, or I guess, a weekend day? What would be a good day, and how many would you, like, how would you retain them? Like that's Lee Shogi is so, and I sound like a broken record, because I think I say this now. I think this is like my fifth or sixth stream, and like, I'm always singing the praises of Lee Shogi about how much I love this software. But like, I like, would people be able to jump from learning at a convention to being like, oh man, I want to play online, and then go to Lee Shogi? I think they could. I don't think they could to 81 Dojo or Shogi Club 24 unless they were like gently guided. Like maybe there was a pamphlet that was basically a printout of Killer Ducky's documentation. Because like I mean, especially like Shogi Club 24, I think that's way too hard for a mere mortal to connect to. Shogi Wars, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know why I always forget about Shogi Wars. Yeah, especially since it's probably the place I've played most of my online games. I don't know why I always forget it. What Shogi Pen? I swear we've chatted before. Is that your username on Lee Shogi? Yeah, the bigger player base and matchmaking. They go hand in hand, but like having matchmaking is so nice. Is so nice, and that's one of the things at Lee Shogi where a new player comes in. If they try to play the engine, they'll get destroyed. If they try to play an arena tournament, they'll probably get destroyed. If they set up a random game, they'll either have to wait a while or maybe they'll get destroyed too. But maybe that's just the nature of these types of games. And you really need a huge base like chess to be able to overcome that. Oh, you started the Seattle Shogi meetup because the Seattle Go Center showed up and got a room. Oh, that's nice. Seattle Go, there was something. Didn't Seattle Go was the recent Go Congress was not in Seattle, was it? There was I had briefly joined last year or whenever it was, last year or 2 years ago. I joined the AGA for the first time in my life because I was thinking about getting back into Go, and I remember seeing something about Seattle in there. Okay, Sirius Black. Yeah, I doubt we chatted before. Maybe that. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why. Wonder why I was thinking. Wonder why I was thinking we had chatted. Yeah, no, I am not good by my writing style alone. Man, going to be one in Portland. Man, two. So, and this is speculation, obviously, but if you taught 200 people in one weekend at a convention, I wonder, do you see many come to the club after, or like do you see people online, or like do they join do you have like a Seattle Discord that maybe they join? Like I guess my question is like if we were going to try to do some event like that here. Actually, there's there's an annual I think it's called is it called the Sakura Festival? There's something in Cupertino. There's basically some like Japanese celebration. I think around the time around springtime, whenever the sakura would be in bloom. And this year we are probably going to get a table or a couple tables, and just thinking about like you say you got 200. Let's say we got 50 people interested. Aim low or whatever. We get 50, but like, how do we? Do we try to point them to our weekly meetup? Do we try to point them to our Discord? Like, what's the way to get those people, like to jump on the fact that they're now interested in this game? Almost no one ends up joining from conventions. There are a lot of tourists you're never going to see again that show up to that. Yeah. In fact, the vast majority of people you end up teaching the game won't stick around for. Yeah, I think that's true. I think even, I don't want to say the vast majority. I think there's a good chance that someone who comes to a single meetup or even a couple meetups, won't come again or will give up the game. You've probably taught thousands of people. Oh wait, how is that? Do you mean like streaming or like in person? Like that's amazing. And how long have you been doing that? Like I remember seeing your videos. Boy, like I said, time is a complete blur to me at this point after lockdown. But maybe 3 years ago or whatever. TZ, you need to make it like a shogi teaching pyramid scheme. Yeah. Oh man. Probably taught 1,000 people how to play in person. Probably less than 1,000. Even half 1,000 to teach in person. That's something. That's that's a skill. I mean, I'm not that good. I'm what three Q on. I don't even know how accurate this is because I don't play there all that often. But like 3Q. If I'm 3Q on 81 Dojo, 3Q on Shogi Wars for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Just for the sake of argument, say 3Q. I don't know if I feel like one. I don't feel like I know the game well enough to teach, and two, I'm not that I'm not good at teaching, I think, in general. So that's yeah, I can imagine. And it's the thing to me is that it's obvious when you run into someone who is good at teaching. There was a guy he hasn't been there in maybe a year or so to the Cupertino Club, who like he did a great job. Whenever new people would come, he'd teach them the basics, like really nicely and really clearly. Like in a way, I remember sitting back as I was playing another game, just kind of like overhearing and overlooking, thinking like, oh, that's a good way to put it, or oh, that's an interesting tactic of getting people to start playing. And it's like, yeah, either teaching just comes so naturally. I don't know, because I'm like I said, I'm not good at it, so I don't know if this comes natural or if it's just a lot of work figuring it out. And you say it takes a lot of practice. That I believe because yeah, when I saw it, I saw like, oh yeah, this is something different. This is like a different level of skill of teaching. Ah, you used to be a math tutor. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Well, that's cool. That's very cool. I wonder. So are you actually coming to, or are you or a bunch of you from Northwest coming to that tournament in March/April? Is it March or April? I think it's March. Like I there's got to be some way to get like capitalize on some of this regional experience. Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. Like I think my hope for the tournament, like I see all the things about having the pros and having lessons, and my hope besides playing the tournament would be to just meet all these people that I've met on Discord or met online, and then just play all day, just play a bunch of games, try to get better. Like I'm trying so hard to get better at this game, and it's so slow. It's so slow for me. And I don't know if it's like at my age, am I just can't teach an old dog new trick. The plasticity of the brain is not good enough to learn, but trying. Maybe if I can convince people to get 2 hotel rooms if we have enough interest. Yeah, yeah. Get too much interest in free hotel room, too much interest and too much of the wrong interest, maybe. Playing in person, yeah, totally whole different level. And that's the thing. That's the thing I was saying. I think in my very first stream where I was just blabbing for the second half of it. It's like I come out of those Sundays where I play where I would play like say 3 games on a Sunday morning. It's like it's the perfect time for me. You know, it's early. You get the coffee. You're playing these games. You know, you're talking, and it's just like, oh, this is so great. And then I've got a long drive back home, and it's like, you know, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna go home and I'm just gonna play, and then I'm gonna do sume, and I'm gonna do all this, and I'm gonna, you know, and next week I'm gonna, you know, play better. And I get home, and then I, you know, start to go online. It's like, it's just not it's just not it's just not the same. It's just not the same. It's good. And quite honestly, you know, since streaming here, like this has been a lot of fun for me. This has been a nice little kick to get me playing more online and thinking more online without just blitzing out a dumb move or blitzing out a, you know, just like trying not to read. And having rivals, totally motivating. Like that 8-year-old kid, I not that I wanted to beat him, like I just wanted to have, like, on my record that I beat him, so that if he becomes a pro or whatever, you know, 10 years down the line, I'll be able to say, you know, I used to play him, and yeah, you know, I won once or twice. And so when I won that first game, even though it was a total cheese, I felt so good. I felt so good. And, you know, it's weird to call it a rival. And, you know, the person I play now, I wouldn't call it a rival because I'm not good. I'm not good enough. You know, it's probably, I'm guessing that I've won somewhere between 10 and 20% of the games, if that, you know, if that. But like, it's weird because, like, even if I'm losing, I'm loving it. Like, it's crazy, you know. And I hear, and maybe it's just because I'm still in that. I wouldn't say early, because I've been playing, you know. Well, I've known how to play for many years, but you know, I've really been learning and trying to get better for the past year and a half, 2 years. So it's not like, so I'm not new, but I'm still on that upward trajectory. But like, I don't hear a lot of chess people say that, like, they lost and they loved it. But maybe some people do. But like, it's weird because I'm losing those games and I'm just like coming out of it thinking that was awesome. Yeah. So Shogi Pan, are you still trying to do more streaming? So you said it definitely helped when you tried it. Like, you just tried it once or twice, or are you going to do more? Because, man, I would love to. I would love, every time I come into Twitch, see, you know, a stream or two streams of shogi, and, like, you know, instead of seeing like one viewers, or, you know, whatever it says in the bottom box, I'd love to see, like, oh, you know, like 50 viewers, or, you know, 100 viewers. You know, chess, like, now is, you know, thousands at any one point in time. Oh, all right. So you stream under this account, Shogi Pan, or Pan. I will definitely follow. Though it's like, I guess that's the thing with shogi, is that you almost don't even need to follow, because, you know, if you follow the channel, you're going to see him, because it's so it's so empty. Yeah. So that's always been my hang up, is that, you know, there's family, you know, there's family around, and sometimes, you know, it's not so easy to get, like, this uninterrupted block of time, or work is in the way, or whatever. But yeah, just maybe, you know, I said, yeah, I'm just gonna try to do it. And it's funny because, like, I this is now, this is the first time I've come back online since New Year's Eve. So that's like a 2-day gap, and I really missed it. And, you know, it's still the honeymoon period, so it's not fair to say it's always going to be like this. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. 50 viewer. So Shogi is playing. You think 50 viewers is very doable. Oh, you hit 50. You hit 50. Wow. Wow. 100 viewers is a lot. Even Shogi Harbor, like it seems like it's not at a time I'm usually able to watch, at least in the past. I feel like I see 20s. I see 20s and I always think like, how is that possible? How is it possible to only have like this is a pro player, this is a great teacher. How are only 20 people watching? But at the same time, I'm sort of convinced, and here I don't know how long I haven't been I don't know how long we've just been chatting here and not playing, but like I feel like some of the streamers outside of Killer Ducky were not playing enough. There's a lot of education, there's a lot of talking and reviewing, but I think a lot of people, and this is just informed by the chess channels that I watch. It seems like people really want to watch other people play, and not necessarily analyze, which is something I'm trying to be cognizant of, because like I want to improve, I want to analyze, but like I don't want people to be bored by my analysis, or especially since it's my analysis is basically look at the engine and think about, oh, that makes sense. I'm not really just I can think of my own ideas and make my own plans, but they're often wrong, and my plan might be completely overlooking like a hung piece over in the corner that the diagonal or that the bishop is eyeing. So yeah. So okay. So Shogi, you say I have lots of free time though, so I should try as well. Despite only chatting with Shogi's playing element that got me to play more Shogi. Felt amazing afterwards. And that's the thing, is that like once you talk to other people, you get jazzed up, you start doing it, and it's sort of infectious. And so that now instead of one person streaming, now it's two people. And now another person might turn into your stream and see like, oh, Shogi Pan's awesome. I want to play like that, or I want to do this, or experiment with that. And yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. And in a recent video, Shogi Harbor was interviewing that long form interview with, I'll butcher his name. His name was also Frank, the person who won that Oyama, I think is Oyama award. Awesome interview. They're talking about getting people involved and getting people interested, and I think it can be done. I think there's plenty of room in the West for shogi. I think there's plenty of room for it. Chess might always be dominant. It's a great game. Plenty of people know how to play it from birth almost. But like that doesn't mean that there can't be a real solid, carve out for shogi. Frank Rovekamp. Yeah, something like that. Most of these streamers don't. Oh, so doing some. Have you ever played 12 people at once? No, I've not. I have played two. I've done a simul of two on a if you even call two a simul, on a physical board, and that was fun, but that was hard. My excitement is infectious right now. Thank you. That's like I hope people could at least like see someone streaming and say like, oh, awesome, I'm gonna go do that, or I'm gonna play, or yeah, Shogi looks really good. Look how far it's come along. When I do this analysis with Lee Shogi, like at some point, I'm kind of trying to, I have no skin in the game at this point. I'm not writing any of the software. Like there's none of it that I can't because of my current situation. Maybe in the future I'll be able to help out on it, but like I want to highlight some of these features. Like this engine support is so good right now. Once the multi-threaded Yanara, in the browser was available. It's like I can actually use this thing now. Like it's so good, and it's calculating so many moves now, in at once, that it's actually, sure, it's not as good as if I was running it locally, but this is a better this engine is better than I will ever, that I don't know how good it is in browser if you let it run for 30 seconds or whatever, but like it's basically matching everything that I do on the side. And it's so good. And on top of that, you have the ability to run the remote analysis, which is run on a strong engine with only like 5 or 10. I don't remember what it is, like 5 or 10 seconds per move. It's not even at a depth. I think it's at a time. And you have that, and just compared. I'm particular about my software, but like compared to Shogi Dokuro, which is the app I use on Mac, this just, it's smooth, it's fast, it looks good. So my aesthetic appeal, the my aesthetic sense here is appeased. And there's just so much other stuff, puzzles. Once Puzzle Storm, or the equivalent to Puzzle Storm, which is where you start on easy puzzles, and you get like 3 minutes time, and you ramp up to, as every puzzle you get, it gets progressively harder. I can't wait till something like that is possible on Lee Shogi, because I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, the arena tournaments I think are great. And then, do you know that Lily Line means? I haven't caught a stream. Um, yeah, the kid who everyone thought was the Sam Agro cheater. Yeah, it would be nice. Like, it would be nice to see that this is a real person. Like, that's. I think people are naturally kind of worried about that kind of thing in an era where there's so much cheating online. It would be nice to see, oh, this is an actual person. But yeah, I have watched, but I have not turned the stream, but I've watched on the YouTube channel. So there's the what is it called? Is it I don't know if she called it the climbing the rating ladder, or speed run, or whatever, the stuff that the chess pros have been doing. And I have been wanting that. See, that's something. So what you're talking about, Shogi Harbor, that's the one thing that I think I find lacking from her content, which I think she would be in the best position to do, is play. Like, just show us a pro beating people online. Like, if we want to see that, we can watch Manao channel, or Tobe, or whoever playing on Shogi Wars. But like, I don't want to see Shogi Wars, and I don't speak Japanese, so like, I understand their coordinates. So when they're saying coordinates, I understand that part. But like, if Shogi Harbor was doing climbing the rating ladder on 81 Dojo, or on Shogi Club 24, just explaining the moves as she's making them. Oh my God, that would be. I think that would be incredible. Like, that would be so compelling to watch. So when I saw that YouTube video of Lily Linemane doing it, I thought, yes, like, this is what I want to see. Unfortunately, there hasn't been like one since the first, I think, and maybe that's just coming. And yeah, it's amazing. I upload all my streams to YouTube after, and I don't do any editing. I don't do anything else. But even just the act of doing that, it has been more time consuming than I ever imagined. So like, putting together climbing the rating ladder as a student or whatever who's got other things to do, like, that would be really difficult. So if Lily Linemane can do that, that would be really cool, because I think that's one of the pieces of content that is missing from the shogi world that I can't deliver because, I'm 3Q or whatever. Like I could descend the rating ladder, but I can't climb it very high. Anyway, I think it looks like there's been a lot of chat here. Yeah, time puzzle in the apps are absolutely, yeah. Shogi Quest has that. And as I bragged to our Silicon Valley Discord, I finally, after like what was it, 8 months, after 8 months of like every day doing my 2 Shogi quests, I finally hit 20 like yesterday. I had hit 19 twice in the past week, and like I'm gonna hit. It was 19 for the first time, and like I'm gonna hit 20. And it's pitiful, and I'm sure better people are doing so much more. But like it felt good to do 20, and I'm trying to build up that sort of just that visual that instant pattern match, and that especially like in faster time controls. Like I'm embarrassed. Like I'm quite honestly, like I'm a little embarrassed to be playing 15 minute with 60-second Byoyomi because that's so much time. It's so much time. I don't know if people enjoy watching games that slow, but like I can't think that fast. I can't. So it's like I'm feeling good about that Shogi Quest. And then, yeah, up until she started streaming, there was a small part of me that thought it might be an old Japanese man praying. She just had a baby, so probably not going to happen. Yeah, so now you're talking about Shogi Harbor. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. I've had two. My kids are now grown up, but like that's a lot of time. And when she just put out the recap video of the Satomi match, which I watched, like fortunately I saw it on YouTube almost. Somehow I like woke up and saw it on YouTube when it got put out, but like I immediately went downstairs, got my board out, got my computer up, so I'm watching the match, making the moves in my I have a privately shogi study of Satomi Kana Kifus. And it's private just because it seems like the JSA and everything is so weird about ownership of Kifus and stuff like that. So I don't even want to mess with that. But anyway, so I've got this private thing. And I put that in there. I have like the past 3 years now of this particular commemorative tournament as well with Fuji. Yeah, it's like that was awesome. And then Shogi Haru put out that I think she calls it quick look of that attack. That's that dream central rook attack, and it's so good. And I was thinking like, man, doing this with a kid is tough. But like, but we need it. The shogi community need it. Yeah. And then let's see, 15 to 60 take 2 hours. 2 hours if you get a really grindy end game. Yeah. I've been in one of those where at some point I think I was like, I just need this to end. I need this match to end, and so I just started like basically blitzing my moves out because I don't remember what the context was like. For whatever reason it was just I didn't have that much time to spend on a single game. It felt like I was playing Go, where this game was taking forever, and it was one of those where I feel bad enough that I try to take all my Byoyomi to think through current and future games or moves, but like the other player was also doing that, so we were just going on forever. And then, yeah, have you seen many Shogi Kingdom's videos? Yeah, Shogi Kingdom is awesome, and Shogi Kingdom is a player, at our at the SF Shogi Club, and so good. I'm not good enough to really evaluate how good a 5-dan is, but like they're so good. Yeah, Shogi Kingdom's videos are great. I would love, again, I'm biased to watching people play. I would prefer to just see him play online matches, like, play and talk through like the old Shogi Ramen TV style, but maybe live or streaming. And, everyone has different time commitments. So, I'll take what I can get, and his videos are awesome. I mean, I prefer his to the Hidechi video. I'm the one person in the world that didn't get much out of the Hidechi videos. I think I'm just so the low resolution and the sound quality. Like I'm constantly having to like fully engage all concentration on parsing the screen and the sound. So I never really got all that much out of the Hidechi videos. But Shogi Kingdoms are fantastic. Yeah, yeah. It is a very different experience. Yeah, his are heavily scripted, heavily researched. He does a great job on them. But he's so good. He's such a good player that I want to see him play. Like I want to see like some of these plans in action, especially since like the things that I struggle with in shogi are, well, I mean I struggle with everything, but there's that moment in the middle game where most of the pawns are kind of pushed and the pieces are kind of staring at each other maybe through pins, and it's like now what do I do? And like playing online, I think other people are sort of in that predicament too, where it's like, all right, now they start shuffling their rook up back, and I'm trying to take advantage, but like I just don't know what to do. And then someone makes a pawn push and things kind of break out of control, and then one side gets the advantage and it snowballs from there. But like watching Shogi Harbor talk through those kind of things, like as she's playing, or Shogi Kingdom or Shogi Ramen TV or these people, I think that would be so cool, because like I feel like I'm spoiled because chess has that, like I think I said in the first stream, it's like you can't pay these chess players not to play. Like they love the game so much that they're just playing, and being instructive play. John Bartholomew, Eric Rosen, and then just it's so cool to watch. Yeah, and it's the excitement there is infectious, where it's like, oh man, they're doing such cool stuff. I got to try that. And so I'd like to see more of that in shogi, and that's how, like, when Killer Ducky was streaming shogi, I was definitely, having known him for a long, again, air quotes known, but like, how you sort of build online friendships over the years, and you feel like you know these people, but yeah, it's his were fantastic, and even like his what game is it? Gosh, I'm totally blanking on the game, Mahjong, that he's playing now. Like, he has me so interested in that game that I'm trying to learn it, and I'm struggling and failing, and eventually fell off the wagon trying to learn it. But like, he was great. Muranaka is also awesome. The subtitles are all right. Again, like I would love English. Obviously he's not going to speak English. That's not his target audience. But I would love to have like an English speaking person, not necessarily at that level, like someone great who someone better than me who is going to like talk through these moves. But yeah, Muranaka, he doesn't play the openings I play, like even in passing. So like I've mostly gone off of him, where the Japanese streamers that I watch, the Japanese pro streamers, Itoshin TV, I've started watching a little more lately, though his stuff is it goes over my head a little more than the others. But he plays Central Rook and slides over for some ranging rook quite a bit. Tobey, of course, but his... I was telling Turtwig this a while back, but or maybe not so while back, but like, I love watching Tobey videos, but like after I watch his, I play worse. There's something about watching his, like, I think he's just so good tactically and defensively that like, if I try to pull off anything of like what he's doing, I just get blown up. And then Manao Channel is really great because she plays central rook a lot. She play, you know, she has third file. I don't necessarily do third file, but you know, people I play do. So I get to see that. Yeah. Now you're getting deep here. Deep thoughts on Wednesday night. Yeah. Do you really know people? Yeah. I agree. That's the at least in this case, it's like, you know, you meet people online and they share so much. You know, you feel so you feel so you feel like these are kindred spirits. Like, you know, they behave sort of in the same ish way or differently, but like, you know, have the same. I don't want to say priorities or whatever it is. I don't know how to put it into words, but yeah, definitely feel like closer in a lot of ways than some of the in person. I think I had read somewhere that someone was sort of debating that idea, thinking that maybe it feels that way because when you're online, you're injecting a lot of your hope and your personality into this other person. So you feel like you know them more, but you actually don't because you're just injecting yourself onto it more than you would inject someone in a physical relationship. I don't know, but like I definitely feel like you know, some of these people are kindred spirits, and you know, the shogi community being as small as it is in the West, you know, it's nice to at least know there are other people out there that like this and are trying to get, you know, on the same path of trying to improve and trying to enjoy the game, and you say bonding over interest is much more interesting than geography. Absolutely. But by that same token, like, I definitely would like to meet and play over the board with a lot of these people. And that was actually, you know, I think a couple Go congresses I've wanted to go to, basically just to you know, meet some of these, you know, a couple of these people, including Killer Ducky, who I've never met in person, but I know would be there. Shogi commune. Man. Yeah. It's good times. It's good times, and it's such a fun game. Gosh, you know, it's one of those. We've had it at the Cupertino Club a few times where, you know, this is, you know, a couple times. Mostly people are playing like, actually, you know, to a fault, and I always feel bad for the Panera people who are just trying to lock up and go home. You know, we're still there after 9:00. You know, it's 9:05, and they're opening the doors, and like they're opening the doors and locking and throwing out the guard, like basically in the most nice way possible, telling us, you know, get the heck out of here. And you know, so our people are still playing, but like, when sometimes what happens is that, you know, one of the boards maybe still is finishing up and everyone else is just kind of standing around and watching and sort of chatting, you know, because the Cupertino matches, I would say in general, are not as competitive. I think it, you know, back to that whole clock discussion. I think that lends a like competitiveness to it maybe. But like, you know, we're watching and talking, and it's just fun. And then, yeah, at the SF Club, Turwig was in a match with Shogi Kingdom, and you know, we had a bunch of people there, but by the end of this match, everyone was just watching this match. And I think I started by just standing there watching, and someone wanted to play me, and I just want to finish watching this, and it kept going on and on, but it was awesome. I used to. So you say I should join the Shogi Harbor Discord. I used to. I think I was on there maybe a year or two. The thing that made me leave is that I found myself like I maybe to a fault am competitive. Like, I wanted to get better. And I felt like being there was just a lot of chat. There was so much chat. And some of it was, I guess, off topic. It started getting a little politically kind of chat. This is like going back a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I just like I don't I don't want like I have plenty of places to chat and sort of get distracted. I didn't want that to be one of them. And maybe I should go back. Saying yeah, so much pressure. Yeah, it's yeah the pressure the pressure when people are watching over the board is fun. It is definitely more. And yeah, so I most of the time I feel like a bumbling idiot online, but like when I'm playing and people are watching, especially good players, and I hear one of the guys, oh, it's like, so desu ne, or I'm like, oh God, oh, what did I do? What did I do? And yeah, and oh man, yeah, World Shogi League, that really cool. So like lately over the past 6 months, like I said, I don't play all that much on 81 Dojo anymore. Though I may start again. Got a couple of reasons for why I don't, but I do go and I watch WSL matches. Like I like that a lot. It's not for me. It's like I've done that type of thing way back when in the Go time in the Go days. It's a lot of these tournaments, and I think WSL is like this, but the ones with Go were definitely, at least when I was doing it, they're very heavily Europe based or Europe biased in terms of the number of players. So scheduling always became like a chore, and I don't like that whole back and forth of can you do this? Can I do this? Can I do that? And so it's like I started dreading matches. That in the end I started just dreading matches because I didn't like to the scheduling of matches. And so that's why I don't play WSL, but I watch the matches because they're nice time controls. It's a good mix of player. They're good. Obviously, I don't need to tell you guys. You know it, but like fun to watch. I'm not in WSL, but it's fun for me to watch. And then it was also I think there were a couple chess pros in there. The Peter Hannemeyer Hansen, Peter not Hannemeyer Hansen, Peter Heine Nielsen, who is Magnus Carlsen's coach and was Vishy Anand's coach. So the past two world champions. This guy has been the coach. He's what 3 or 4 down now on 81 Dojo. Really cool. Yeah, yeah. All the shogi channels are mostly shogi. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it was. I think the thing that made me leave it was spreading into all the channels at that time, and I assume Shogi Harbor got that. I assume she sort of nipped that in the bud then. But yeah. Oh, your country doesn't have any shogi. Oh, oh, interesting. Where are you? If you don't mind saying. I thought WSL had like everything. Oof, that would be very cool to play Peter Heine Nielsen. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, Norway doesn't have it? Really? Wow. So do you watch Magnus Carlsen on Christmas? I hear that's a huge thing. Yeah, and I know that there's been some mild controversy in Norway lately because Aryan Tari was talking about how he's not getting enough funding from the government or whatever in Norway. That so much of it is just focused on Magnus, which is understandable. As the greatest player of all time, great ambassador for the game, interesting, yada yada. Superlatives. Oh, so your team is big enough that you only have to play as a reserve player. You need to play one game. So if your country is not represented, you're not able to join another team. Like you're not able to like join another federation or whatever. Join the Denmark Federation with Peter Heine Nielsen. Who was the other person? It was the other person that was playing the other chess pro, the other chess grandmaster, British player, I believe. He wrote the book about chess and AIs. Matt S. I can't remember, but I think Peter Heine Nielsen won that match. Yeah. Matthew Sadler. Yeah. Thank you, Ezra. Yeah. Thanks for joining and thanks for giving the information. Yeah, Matthew Sadler. He's big into shogi, I think. Gosh, I'm dozing on or blanking on the other name. Natasha Regan, I think, is the other British player who's also big into shogi, and it sounds like a bunch of the other mind games. I was listening to them on a podcast a while back. Very cool. Natasha Regan is Clawmac? Oh, you just blew my mind if that's the case. Wow. Clawmac is a name I feel like I've seen on 81 Dojo since I've been on 81 Dojo. Wow. Wow. I had zero idea that was her. Man. Chess players are good. We have that at the club too. New people, some new people come in who are decent to strong chess players, and they're sort of immediately good at shogi, and I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it. I my current thinking, because I play both games, and I feel they're both very different. Like I don't see necessarily the direct similarities, and I wonder if it's just that someone who's good at chess knows how not to blunder, knows how to manage their time, like sort of the intangibles of the game that just translate perfectly into shogi. And there's some tactical vision of pins and forks and whatnot. But like, I wonder why they jump in so quickly. Yeah, you say you get better at chess from shogi too. I feel the same way about myself. I feel that the same way about myself. Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting to me. It's yeah, I'm thinking in particular of two people who have been at Cupertino and like started out at shogi at a pretty decent level. Like they started out at a pretty decent level. I think they're 15-ish hundred, like, so they're 1500, 1600-ish in chess, which is by no means, a god, but it advanced, intermediate level, I think, player. Yeah. I'll see you, Turtwig. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you could. Yeah, but they're coming in. They're coming in and they're doing well, and they're not. I I I think sometimes you see your own problems and say, oh well, other people must not have that. But like, my thing, I definitely still, I don't do this in chess, I think, as much at all anymore. I'm saying that and I'm going to jinx myself for the next few weeks, but like, I don't just flat out blunder pieces in chess where I just leave it hanging or lose it. I'm still doing that in shogi. I'm still like, well, I mean, it was just a pawn, but like in the first game today, I just flat out dropped a pawn, by moving my bishop, by moving my bishop from three, from 3-3 to 5-1. I just took away one of the defenders. And other times, I still drop it. Yesterday I dropped in my first game. I dropped a silver. Just left it. And yeah. Yeah. If they're really good at the London system, yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah, the chess players. Yeah, there's so much variety where, this person just sees themselves as a positional player and they're just going to play an opening. They're going to know their London system. This other person won't know openings, but they'll be solid. They'll play fundamentals, and this other person will be a tactical genius. And very easy to forget or not see that pieces and stuff exist in shogi. You're saying a total brain fart is so common. Yeah. And the thing the thing that I've noticed, this happened in one of the games yesterday. I think a different game than the one I was just mentioning, where I dropped the bishop. When I say dropped a bishop, I should say I left a bishop hanging, or I left a silver hanging, and the silver was taken. In one of the other games, I line up my fork. I see I've got a bishop in hand, and I go to line it up, and then I think, okay, there's the fork. Let me drop this bishop. Boom, I've got him. And then I make the move, and all of a sudden I realize, oh, I was off by one on the squares. After I've been playing for a long time, and that stuff still happens to me. It drives me crazy. It doesn't really happen in chess. Well, one, you're not dropping, but two, there's colors on the diagonals. But man, those are some of the more frustrating. Over the board in San Francisco the last time I was there, I had a winning attack. I had a winning attack, and at least I think it was. And I simply, I read it out, take my piece, place it, take my piece off, off the side. It's in hand, drop it down. I dropped it in the wrong spot. It's like, and it was, I just, yeah, crazy. I dropped it in the wrong spot, and then I don't remember the exact details. I did something illegal. And because I thought it was, oh yeah, because I thought it was, I had dropped it in the spot that I wanted it. I moved it to where I had initially read. So I thought I'd let, for sake of argument, I dropped it on 2-4, thinking I'd be able to take on 4-2. But I dropped on, let's say, 2-3, and then dropped a bishop, and then moved it to 4-2. In a legal move, because in my mind I'm reading these diagonals, but my actual mechanics of my stupid hand, I put it in the wrong spot. It's like, how does this happen? There's so much, and there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. And maybe it's just doing more, although how many thousands do I have to do to see this of Sume or whatever? But my board vision, it's so, my board vision in Shogi, the overall board vision is so bad. And I don't know if it's because the squares are not, alternate colored, but I've got to figure out a way to get better at that. So that's something I would love to see. There's the Seigo Sato, I think, or Sato Seigo. I terrible. I don't remember his name. I think Sato is his last name. He was writing those books on Amazon. I've gotten his books. And then, they're mostly geared at beginners, but I would like to see maybe something a step up from those beginner books that talk about those kind of things, or visualization on the shogi board. You say, I love it when I calculate a line and I play the wrong move. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, okay, I do this, then I drop this, then I do this, and I read it, and then I'm like, okay, this is good. Let me just read it through one more time. I read it through. Okay, I'm gonna drop a bishop. Then I'm gonna drop a bishop. He's gonna block with the pawn. I'm gonna push my silver, and then I'm reading that. And so what do I do? Okay, I've read it out twice. What do? Do I drop the bishop? No, I move the silver. So I make the second move instead of the first move. And it's yeah. I tell myself that with more experience, these things are going to lessen, and I think they will. I think they have lessened, but like, I wonder what that magic number is for me because, like, I've played. I think conservatively would say, in my life, I've played 750 or 1,000 games. I think I've played a lot more than that. Probably I'm guessing probably closer to the 1,500 to 2,000 range, which is still not a lot of games, but it's not nothing. And not to mention the thousands of puzzles I've done, just because I really like to do puzzles and I really like to play games out on the board. But yeah, it's so weird. And then adding time pressure on top of that. So say we're playing 40-second Byo-Yomi or 60-second Byo-Yomi, and there's a complicated end game where both players are whether or not one person's well ahead or not. Looking at a shogi board with 60 seconds left where both players are attacking and figuring out that balance between do I attack, trying to count, do I have the speed? Does he have the speed? Like, ooh, that is for me so difficult. I mean, it's part of what makes the game great and so fun. It's so fun and so crazy, but man, it makes me feel stupid. It makes me feel so stupid at times. Yeah, what to dedicate your time and effort to is a big and difficult skill. Do you mean in the heat of the moment, or do you mean in general, like as a study routine? Because I think the answer might just be yes, but I'm curious which one you mean in particular there, because during the game, and especially like when I'm looking back and forth, I'm looking at his king trying to figure out my attack. I'm looking at my king trying to figure out where I might defend. I'm looking back and forth, and there's the blob in the middle. And it's just all these pieces all over the place. Where do I go? And then at the end, it's counting down, and I've got the beep on the clock is going. It's like, all right, I just got to make something, and I just throw a piece out there. Oh man, yeah, both are true for sure, brother. But yeah, fun times. I'm glad I was able to play tonight. Then I was glad I was able to stream. I really, really, really appreciate you guys hanging out. This is so. I mean, it's so fun for me. I enjoy it as a viewer when someone else is streaming, or this is a new experience for me, and this is cool to just be playing and chatting with a really cool group. This has been a lot of fun. Gosh, it's been going for a while, and I only played 2 games, two decent games. I'm clawing back some of that rating that I lost on Shogi Club 24 from the other day. We'll get there. Streaming is a healing experience. Yeah, I agree. Well, it is. 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock here in the Pacific. I am thinking I'm going to close it up for now. Again, I really appreciate it. It's been great. Great chatting, and hope to see you guys on playing or streaming or whatever. And I'll jump on if I see you. That's it. This has just been a lot of fun. Appreciate the help. Appreciate the chat. There's so much to think about in terms of organizing more and doing more and sort of growing the player base and getting people interested. And go make for you it's breakfast. Great. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And anyway, hope to see you all soon. And thanks again. I'll close it up here. Have a great morning, great night, great day, and see you soon. Bye.